Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Mary and today's video I have 4 different meals for you, cooking from my pantry, my fridge, my freezer. It is a pantry challenge or shelf cooking challenge, and basically it's just using what you have at home so nothing gets wasted and you don't have to run out to the grocery store to spend extra money. You can look up new recipes, and so it's a fun opportunity. So enjoy! This evening for supper, I'm making some Indian red lentil stew. So to start off, I've cut up 2 onions, I've minced some garlic, I've minced some fresh ginger. We'll also be needing some coconut milk, some chicken broth that I pulled out of the freezer, red lentils of course. The recipe calls for strained tomatoes, but I'll be using this tomato sauce that I have, and a little bit of coconut sugar. Then for the spices, we'll need cumin, and that's turmeric. You probably can't see, but it is. Paprika, coriander, which I realize this is coriander seed, so I'll have to pound that. And salt and pepper, of course, and a little bit of coconut oil to start off our onions, garlic, and ginger cooking. So I'll let you see how it's done. And you also need some lime juice, so I'm going to juice this lime. So here are the onion, garlic, ginger. I just threw it all in at once to brown it a little bit in the coconut oil. So I'll let that cook down. And I'll go measure out my lentils and rinse them. You always want to rinse your lentils. And then we'll add the other ingredients in. I will link the recipe in the description box below. I just looked it up today. I said, oh, I feel like some Indian lentil stew. And so I just looked it up because I didn't have any meat out, so I wanted to do vegetarian. Here I have some brown rice cooking to serve it on. Chicken broth. Here are my spices I measured out: turmeric, cumin, coriander, salt, pepper. I think that's all. Oh, paprika. Actually, I think I forgot the paprika. I'll go get that. Paprika. So put the cover on and cook for 8 to 10 minutes, and then we'll add the coconut milk and tomatoes. So alongside the lentil stew, I'm going to put these samosas in the oven. So this is the first time that I buy them, so we'll see how they are. I just read now that technically you're supposed to thaw them before you bake them, but we'll try it like this. We'll see. So the lentils have been cooking for 8 to 10 minutes, and they're pretty well cooked. Now we'll add in the tomatoes and the coconut milk, and let it cook again for another, it says 5 to 6 minutes. So there's my, I'm gonna have to scoop it out because this was in the fridge. So it went all solid on me, which is normal. This is 99.95% coconut milk. And this can. This one was in the pantry. That's okay. I'll scrape out my tomatoes. So I'll let it cook 5-6 minutes, and then we'll taste for salt and pepper if we need to add any. And we'll put in the lime juice as well. And actually my lime is really dry, so I juiced a lemon as well. So you can use either one. I'm just going to flip all of these over. I think it's okay that I put them in frozen. I'll let you know how they taste. We don't often get frozen foods that are already prepared, but something like this is nice and can accompany our stew. There we go. So they browned on one side, so I'll put them in for a little bit more. Alright, so tonight I wanted to clean out my fridge a little bit. So I have this cabbage that needs to be used up. So with the cabbage, I thought I would first cook some bacon and then cook the cabbage in a pot on the stove. Just cook it in a little bit of the bacon grease and maybe a bit of butter. And then I'll roast some potatoes in the oven. And then at the end, just mix it all together. So it'll be bacony roast potatoes with cabbage. So I have my bacon cooking up in the pan here. And I have my potatoes cut up and ready to put in the oven. So I season my potatoes with some olive oil, salt, pepper, oregano, and some onion powder today. So my bacon is cooked up all nice and crisp. And I left a little bit of bacon fat in the pan and I chopped up my cabbage. So I have that in there now. I'm going to put some salt and pepper on it and then put the lid on and let it cook down. Here's the cabbage cooking down, so it's looking good. I also roasted some radishes tonight. I don't know if you've seen my video on cooking radishes, but yeah, game changer. Potatoes roasting. So here I added the bacon to my potatoes. They're nicely roasted. I have my cabbage all cooked up and the radishes. And our soda stream. Grapefruit. Here is another meal I'm going to try to make, trying to get rid of what I have in the fridge and some things in the pantry before I go grocery shopping again, just to make sure we use everything up and there's nothing wasted. So pretty much the only vegetables I had left were some red pepper and mushrooms. And so I have a couple of blocks of cream cheese. I had lots of tuna in the pantry, so I thought I could do like a cream cheesy tuna pasta. So I got out this whole wheat pasta from the pantry. I also have some heavy whipping cream I might use for the sauce and also some Parmesan cheese. So I'll try to cook this up. First I'll start by cooking the veggies. I have also onion and garlic here. So I'll cook that in a bit of butter and then add my block of cream cheese. And if we need to make it more liquidy, I'll add a little bit of the pasta water, I think. So, okay, we'll see how it turns out. I like these challenges because you can come up with some new meals and just use what you have around the house so that you don't have to run out to the grocery store every time you want to make a different meal. And today's not the best day to go out to the grocery store because I'll show you, there's a nice snowstorm. So I'm cooking up my veggies here. I put a little bit of butter and I'm just cooking them up. And in this pot here, I'm heating it up so I can cook the pasta. I have my cream cheese softening. So once the veggies are cooked, I'm gonna add the cream cheese in and we'll see how it melts down. And I'll also drain my tuna and add that in. So I added a bit of the cream in. Now I have my cream cheese block. I'm going to put that in and let it melt in. I'm hoping it's going to melt in. And then I'll add my tuna, some Parmesan, and salt and pepper. And we'll see how it tastes. So I added some salt and pepper and also some chili flakes just to give it a little bit of a kick. My pasta's almost done, and then I'll add that in, and I'll probably add a little bit of the pasta water just to thin the sauce a little bit. And yeah, put it in a dish because we're not eating it right away. I'm just preparing it for tomorrow, so since we have a busy day, I can just put it in the oven. So here I've put it in a glass baking dish. So I'll put it in the fridge now, and it'll be ready for tomorrow. I can just stick it in the oven. I'll probably make a cracker and butter topping to put on the top to make it a little bit crunchy. So it's the next day, and I made my cracker topping with some butter and baked it in the oven at 350 for about 50 minutes and tasted it already. It's really good. So I really like the cream cheese sauce. Turned out really nice. So for tonight's pantry supper, I have this ham that's been in the fridge for a while. So I'm going to use this ham, onions, corn, some beans on the side. And basically I'm going to cube the ham up and saute it with some onion, and then add some potatoes to it and some corn, and have kind of like a hash brown ham mixture. Alright, so I'm starting by getting my potatoes ready. I'm going to roast them in the oven because I didn't have a pan big enough to do all the potatoes on top of the stove. So I just seasoned them with some avocado oil and some salt and pepper, gave it a little mix, and then I put it in the 375-degree oven. And now I'm prepping my onion and my ham, which I'll cube my ham to put in the pan on top of the stove. So I want to thank everybody for watching today's video. If you like kitchen videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the other good things that I'm cooking up in my kitchen. And I hope to inspire you to cook things from your pantry, things you have on hand. You don't need to run out to the grocery store. Just try to create some meals with what you have at home to make sure that nothing is wasted and that you get the most for your money, because you're spending your hard-earned money to buy the food for your family. And so we want to make sure to use everything up: fridge, freezer, pantry. And so I hope to see you next time. Comment down below, tell me what your favorite pantry meal is to make. Bye.